it's so lovely to be in your home, and every time we come here, you just receive us with so much warmth, with so much generosity, and we love coming. And your daughters, we know them very well, Fano and Tarfa, and it's always nice. And you're such a beautiful and regal woman, and you're in politics. It's so lovely to have a woman like you in politics, because it gives a totally different feel to our politics. We don't have that many women. Well, of course, we've had Banerjee, who's internationally known, but it's very nice to have a woman like you. You give a wonderful face to our politics. So just tell me, how did you start? What happened?
I come from Zakia district, Miawadi Marina.
Where is that?
That is, Miawadi is on the border of KPK. Zakia is on the border of KPK. Hardly 5 kilometers away, we have the Kurum River, and then we pass on to KPK. So we are right on the border. And how I started my politics was that my father-in-law was in politics, my family was in politics, and we come from a very, very backward area. And I studied in St. Denis School, Murray, and then I went to Queen Mary's College, Lahore. And when I used to go home, I used to see the plight of people there. There was poor, there was poverty, there was no education. And I thought to myself, look, because I got married at the age of 16, and I didn't go to college.
I'm not surprised, she's a beautiful woman.
So no, because I was married to my cousin, I was engaged to him, and I got married very young. And I thought that, this is not life, just sort of living in Lahore and having parties and coffees and all. I should do something for my own area. So I applied for the ticket in 1977 in People's Party. I applied that, and then came the martial law, and Zakia would have to go over. And that was a long sort of period of martial law. It was about 11 years or 10 years. And one thought that he will never, it will never end, the martial law. And then he passed away. The incident in which he died in an air crash, and things opened up for democracy. So that is how I got into politics, but actually I was inspired by Mohtima Fatma Jinnah.
Well, Zakia, tell me now that you are officially elected to the provincial assembly of the Punjab, based in Lahore, what are you focusing on?
We focused on women development, and what happened was that we brought in, not me alone, but with a team of we had a very good team. We brought up all the issues concerning women, violence against women, their colleges, the buses should be provided to them in every college, and every college should have access to facilities, and a lot of reforms we brought in, we accept throwing, and then we made reforms in the assembly. We made passed bills for the punishment of these people who were doing these criminal acts. So we did a lot of, I've got a booklet with me which has about quite, I would say, a lot of reforms. And if you had asked me earlier, I could have told you what we've been up to, what we have done. But on the other hand, for example, we also said that the woman has the right to divorce. And we also said that this was the family law, but we fortified that law. A man should take the permission of a woman before he gets married again. And it was not happening. But you see, lots of laws have been taken in and the bills being passed. But what is actually lacking is the implementation of these laws. If you ask me if these laws were implemented, all our problems would have mostly been resolved. And the other was population. We had to control.
That's the biggest problem.
That was the biggest problem that we have today, is population of Pakistan, which is an explosion. And what we did, we got all the mullanas and mullahs on board, and we got them over, and we brought them to understand that it was very essential to have family planning, because all Muslims country have it. But then they also told us a way where all the mullanas would be on one page, and that was the spacing. they wanted people to space out their timings, and the woman should feed the baby, so automatically they're given, some period where they don't get pregnant. And the spacing was one other aspect in population. But main was education. So all over during Shabazz Sharif's time and Mia Nawaz Sharif's time, during my party's administration and all that, you can imagine in Mia Wali, if we had sort of, I would say 10 schools or 20 for girls, in that period of 5 years, we doubled them. This is all after partition, we did not have so many schools. But then in our Muslim League government, we doubled those schools for girls, for boys, and we tried to bring in facilities for them. And I tell you, I went to a village which was right in the mountains. And it was, they didn't have a road, they didn't have access. And there was a woman who spoke beautiful Urdu. She was a Pashtun woman. And I said, you speak very well. And she says, I'm planning to do my PhD. So I could never have imagined getting over in those backward areas. There would be women who were encouraged to write and read and study. And that besides also trying to do further studies. And I will tell you that in education, in a district like Mia Wali, it has improved a lot through education, through health programs. And we've been with child and mother centers in Mia Wali, in Isa, where I live. That is my hometown, to help the women, and we've opened up centers for their training, social wealth centers. These TAFTA has opened up centers to train boys and women so that they can earn and have the independent living and their sort of
Wonderful,
lives.
wonderful. This area for women is so important, and you are the right person to do it. You have the heart, and you have the wherewithal, and you have your political background to push it on.
But to be very honest, you see, the thing is this, because of the explosion of population, the government tries to do a lot, but then there's much more, because every year there's explosion, more people are being born. We somehow have to see into that problem, because I feel economy and population
go hand in hand. Totally.
And then education is the key to resolve our problem.
Absolutely.
Once the girls and boys are both educated, they will automatically have jobs and will have less children, and they will plan their lives because they want to be independent and moving forward. But when they are doing nothing at home, women, and sitting there, the men are also just men of leisure. All they do is, they want about 12 children, 8 children, because they feel they will be...
but they feel that children are an asset. They feel that children are an asset, they'll be able to help them in different ways. That's just, it's wrong for people that... we think it's wrong, but they think it's an asset. And they do it.
A woman is actually,
yeah.
You see, we have Bin Nazir as a prime minister, we have a woman chief minister, we have judges in the High Court, and you can see how women have progressed. And then you will see a lot of women who have been giving these a co-ed program where they give small loans to these women from villages, and not, I can see them, their lives are changing.
Their lives are changing, because as soon...
You go into the household where they never had a toilet.
Totally.
Now they have toilets, they have water, hand pumps.
Everything is yes.
But people say that Pakistan hasn't changed. Pakistan has changed.
Yeah, of course.
It has progressed.
Yeah.
And all we say is, nahi kuch bhi nahi hua, nothing has happened. A lot has happened, and a lot has to be done.
You're right. Totally right. Zakia, who's this incredible painter behind you? I think I recognize it. Who's this painter?
This is Ijazul Hassan.
Ijazul Hassan.
And that's one you saw in the drawing.
Yes, I would take that also.
I think these are one of his finest
paintings.